Hello everyone. In this video we are going to have a better knowledge on floats. We are going to have some practical knowledge on floats, and you will be able to understand the complete overview on property float. And let me proceed further into the topic. In the previous video we have used the float property to enable this description of the picture to the right side of the picture, right? In this video I want to make sure that this entire asset box should be represented me with here by using float property. That means I want to enable this entire stuff should be replaced here at the right side of this particular article. Okay, for that the width of this particular page will not be sufficient to make those changes, right? Because I want to enable this entire stuff here in within this article. For that I need to increase the width of the particular page. For that I am using my width feature within our entire body. For example, if you consider this thing, for this entire body we have id center, right? We have id as center. Within the center id we can consider the width as, let me say, 1500 pixels. Okay, I am increasing the width of our body to 800 pixel to 1500 pixel. Okay, if you observe, see, but this is too big, right? This is too big, and I am decreasing it to, let me say, 1300 pixel. Okay, I am decreasing it to 1300 pixels. If we see the change, okay, this is a perfect one. And I want to make my this aside element over here within the right side. For that I want to split the size of the entire web page for the article and the aside element, so that if I go into the css file, I am considering the article, okay, which is this entire thing, this article. Okay, I am considering that article, and we have the total width as 1300 pixels, right? And I am including this width as 900 pixels. Okay, if you see the change, see, the article thing will be turned to 900 pixels. Okay, this is the article, right? In our markup language this is the only article one. Okay, this the entire thing is considered under the article. So we have decreased the width of this article to the 900, and make sure that this particular aside element should be replaced here. Okay, here where the cursor is moving. Okay, here I want to make the article thing here. For that I am first decreasing my aside width also. For example, if I consider this aside element, right, where it is here within the border chart, right? For that border chart here I am decreasing my size to some around 300 pixels. Okay, if you see the change here, see, I am decreasing, and I want to make sure that this will be here. And if I go into our page, I am using float property here within the article. I am using my float property as left to align this entire article as it is like this to the left extents of the entire body. And I am using within our border chart, which is nothing but this thing, right? This aside element, right? This entire thing. Okay, within that border chart I am using my float as right. Okay, that means I am applied the left property for this thing, for this article one, right? For this article one I have applied the left property, and for this aside element which having the id of border chart I am including the float property as right. If I going to refresh the page, see here the thing will be adjusted at the right of the page, but here we don't need these things here, this copyright symbol and these comments and this next. For that, if I going to our building, go to our markup language and remove these anchor elements here and consider those into this article only. Okay, you see, and if I going to refresh, those elements will be gone, but these are still here. For that, if I go to our Visual Studio Code editor and I am making changes for my footer, right? Here the another thing that you need to understand is we have the clearance. That means we have clear property to clear the follow upping of the float property. Here we have applied the float property for this particular asset element, right? Okay, for this asset element we have applied the float, but the things which are under this asset element will also be followed up with this asset element which is having float property. To clear those features, we have the clear property. For example, I am using footer here, footer element selector, directly footer element selector. I am including the footer element selector. Within the footer element selector, I am using the property as clear. Within the clear, I can also have left clear and the right clear, but we have left and the right floats, right? If I include left clear here, we will be applied with clearance of the left for the property values which is having left values as the float property. For those elements, this clear will be applied. But if I want to make sure that we have here right also, within this border chart we have right also. For the right and the left we have both as the value. Okay, I am including the both, and if I going to refresh the page, see here the footer will be set as the normal stage. Okay, this is the page that I want to show you how we can align the content in the side by side manner. Okay, we can use the float properties in wide variety of things. Okay, we have a lot of usage with this float property, and in the later videos we will go up to the CSS grid models. Okay, these are all the layouting features of the web page, and we will catch up in the next video. Thank you.